What's up, everybody? So today I am going to try and show and demonstrate to you guys why your GoPro or action camera hunting or shooting video sucks. Yeah, they suck. Or if they don't suck, they certainly could be a lot better than they are. Don't worry, mine sucked in the beginning too. So let's jump into this. Why are your first person GoPro or action camera videos bad? I'm going to tell you why. And it is mainly due to the head strap. Not the one I'm wearing. This one right here. The standard one that 99% of you guys use is garbage. Get rid of it. Now, while you may not need to actually toss this, you are going to need to modify it. There are others you can get out there that do what the modification I've done to mine do, but they're really hard to find. And that's why all of your videos are bad. And the other reason is this waterproof case. You should never use this thing unless you're taking your camera underwater. So I've already shot some differing shooting videos the other day, and I'm going to kind of walk you through them and demonstrate the differences between them. All right, so let's hop into this. I'm going to break this down. First, I want to establish a few things. One, the videos that I am taking, I am just using an old Hero 3. It does not have Super View. It does not have Pro Tunes, which is really important, and it does not have any kind of stabilization. And the quality is limited. So what I'm able to get out of this is what's holding me back right now. These videos are not a demonstration of my shooting skill by any means. I also need plenty of improvement there. So let's establish what the ideal position for that camera lens to be in. Well, the ideal position, of course, and the goal is to make it look like, a video game. Okay, that's what you want. And to get that, this lens, the best spot for it to be is right where your dominant eye is. Now, obviously, you can't do that. That would pose problems, mainly being that you couldn't see anything if you did that. So what we have to do is try and get as close to that position as we can and still be able to shoot. This over here does not achieve this, and I'm going to break down why. So the main problem with your standard head strap that 99% of you guys have out there is that this mount is fixed, and this fixed mount only lets you mount the camera in the upright position. Okay, well, that does two things. If it's in the upright and your camera lens is on the top, it's increasing the distance from the lens to your eye. And when you're trying to capture the gun in front of you, 1.5 inches higher makes a significant difference. And you can't take this and mount it inverted on these. You just can't. What you actually need is a head strap that does not have a fixed mount, but it has a quick detach mount like this one. Now, I made this one. This is a standard GoPro head strap that I cut this piece off and I put a curved sticky piece on. All right, this first set of footage that I'm going to show you, I took it the other day, so it's darker. It's going to be using the standard head strap with the waterproof case, just centered on my head by feel. Okay. Now, what you're going to see is you're going to get more of a hip fire look than looking down the rib of the barrel with this. The sound is going to suck because of this case, and you're going to get that tilted horizon look that all of you guys have when you're actually shooting. And this is going to be shot in the wide mode at 60 frames. All right, this one is going to be shot using my custom head strap with the quick detach, a standard J hook, and the skeleton case. Now what you're going to notice on this is that the sound's going to be significantly improved, and the perspective is going to get you more down on the rib of the barrel, and you're going to get more of that true first-person shooter look. This is going to be shot 1080 wide, 60 frames a second. You're still going to have that tilted horizon view though with this setup. Now we're going to jump to the same setup, except we're going to replace the J hook with a rotating GoPro mount that allows you to set it off camber a little bit. And the reason you do that is when you shoulder your gun, you tilt your head to, get your dominant eye over the top of the barrel. Well, having the camera off camber, when you do that, when you tilt your head, it corrects for that, and you get rid of a lot of that tilted horizon look. Now, granted, some of it's still there. And then I've added a lavalier mic, and you're going to notice a little bit improvement in the mechanical sounds. You can hear the metal action of the gun a little bit more with this. You could probably improve this even more. So we're still going to shoot at 1080 wide for this one. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this one, except we're going to switch from the wide to the medium perspective, which I think is important when you're shooting small birds. And I'm also going to try and do some color correction on this. Even though I don't have Pro Tunes and what I can work with here in this camera is very limited, I'm still going to do a little bit of it to show you the difference. And I also did some shots in 960, which is a 4:3 aspect ratio. And I did this because sometimes I find it very finicky to get your up and down perspective in the medium or wide exactly how you want it. And if you shoot in 4:3, you could go in there and pick exactly where you want in post and kind of crop it into 16:9. Unfortunately, the quality of mine is only 960, so it's pretty bad. So let's see what these look like too. And lastly, let's do a little slow motion side by side. On the left, I'll put the standard head strap with the waterproof casing, and a little bit behind that one, time-wise, I'm going to put the custom head strap with the lavalier mic filmed in the medium perspective, and I'm going to do a little bit of color grading on that. You can see how those compare right next to each other. Now, there is one drawback to, using the camera inverted like this, and that is when it's inverted, this is going to interfere if you're wearing a hat with the bill facing forward. And that kind of sucks when you're hunting into the sun. But if you really need that bill while you're hunting into the sun, you just flip it over and there you go, and you're kind of back to your normal GoPro head strap setup. Except because you're using this 360 mount, You've also got your head tilt compensation built into the mount right there, like this. All right, so let's review. What are the things that you need to be doing to make your first person GoPro or action camera videos better? Number one, you need to get rid of that head strap. Either modify it so it's a quick detach with a curved adhesive mount by cutting it off, the old one, or find one. Number two, don't ever use those waterproof housings. I mean, unless you're putting the thing underwater, don't use it. If you have a GoPro Hero 5 or 6, the coyote up there, the sound on those sucks. From what I've seen, the 7 seems to have improved. If you got a 5 or a 6, definitely get an external mic. Number 3, this one's really important no matter what setup you have. You're trying to capture the gun right in front of you, okay? Little tiny movements make a big difference as to how that's going to appear in front of you. Your vertical, the angle at which your camera is pointed up and down, is very important, and it's hard to get right. And same with your horizontal position. You're not trying to center the camera in front of your head. You're trying to center it from when you shoulder that gun and you tilt your head to get over the barrel. You want the camera to line up that way. To do this, always go into your app and do some preview ones. Okay, either shoulder the gun and record a few test ones and make adjustments, or what I do is I'll look at it and I'll just shoulder the gun and point it at my phone so that I can see what I'm doing while I'm doing it. As far as what field of view to shoot in, honestly, for shooting and hunting, especially when you're shooting at small birds like quail or dove, I think you want to be in the medium field of view. On the newer ones, I guess I would be linear. This is where 1080 is really limiting because this is a digital zoom. So you do notice the quality or lack of quality in that field of view. But as far as the perspective that you want from how much the firearm actually takes up the screen and actually being able to see what you're shooting at, that's what I think is right. So I want to know what you guys think. Do these changes that I've shown you, do they make a significant amount of difference that they're worthwhile? Do you think they're worse? Personally, I think they're a lot better. I can't stand looking at hunting videos that look like that. I can't stand looking at a hunting video that looks like the guy is shoulder firing. I can't stand watching hunting videos that have horrible sound because they're in a waterproof case. Believe me, I made them. Look at my first video. I looked at that and go, God, you know, this needs to be done so much better. And that's why I thought about these things and have made the improvements I have so far. And there are guys out there that get so many more views and get out more and are able to collect good footage and make better videos, but they're still using that horrible head strap.